afternoon. This is Central Oregon Survival Network. Coming at you to do another review and just kind of showing some of my fixed knives that I use, why I use them. Just doing a quick review on what I have and maybe get a few suggestions. And maybe when you're looking for a knife, you can kind of go through and see the different features of these. Anyway, I'm going to start just going through them. Of course, you know, we got time to worry about always on the videos. So, I'm going to start over here with the Timberline. This is a Timberline Zambezi knife. It's a TM7211. Overall is 11 3/4 inches. Blade is 6 inches. It's a 440 stainless, which I don't prefer the stainless, but it works well. Kydex sheath system. I know this is not an American-made knife, but I tell you what, this knife right here is a great knife. I really like the system. The sheath locks in, can't get it out, have to push the button on the Kydex sheath to remove it. That works really well in the field. Also has your high snap. So when you're out in the field, I unsnap it, and I don't have to worry about it falling out on me. I really like it. This actually has been to overseas and back, and it's been a knife I've had for a long time. You can find this for about $100 out there. It did have two leg straps. I removed one. I didn't see it necessary to have two leg straps on the knife. One's good enough. It has a nice buckle system. Like I said, you can find this knife for about $100. Maybe get cheaper here or there. Pretty well built knife. I've moved to different knives out in the field. I do use this one from time to time, but I have moved to different knives. So that is the Timberline. Pretty good knife. I like it. I've used it. Still use it. Probably seen this one before. This is the, of course, the Becker Necker knife. I use this one quite a bit in the camp. I really like it. It's really easy just to hang around the neck and do anything from slicing your bread to skinning. This knife is really handy. I'm going to re-edge it. I haven't done that yet, but I am going to re-edge this knife. This knife has like a little opener on the back side. I've wrapped the handle in some 550, just makes it a little more comfortable instead of the regular steel. This knife is really handy around the camp. I use this quite a bit. This is the Becker Champion. This is overall length 10 3/4 inches. The blade is 5 inches. But the blade is also a 1/4 inch thick. It is a carbon steel, which I do like the carbon steels with the Kydex sheath. But this is the one, if you see in some of my other videos, it's actually had broke on me out there. And I just took some automotive rivets, riveted the piece back on, and away we go. But that's one of the drawbacks with Kydex that I found, is when it gets really cold, it can get brittle and can break. So you have to be careful of that. This is the Becker here, Champion VK2. What a knife, let me tell you. It is I don't know if you see that in there, but that's a 1/4 inch thick knife. It's heavy. I don't usually carry this one. I use it more for utility than anything else. It's pretty heavy, like I said. So I usually just use this around the house, utility knife, doing certain projects, and it does chop well though. And it does go to the field every once in a while, not that much. This almost always goes with me. You might say, oh, how many knives do you carry? Usually 3, but it depends on where I'm going and what situation I'm in. This is an old-timer Schrade. Great blade for skinning. I did a little review on it. Let's see, it's probably, I think overall it's 9 inches, 4 1/4 on the blade. It is a little milder stainless steel. It's not a 440, it's like a 246, I believe. It does have a rubber handle, which makes it great for skinning, doesn't slip out of your hand. Just an old school sheath with plastic insert, nylon, works well. Snaps at the bottom so the knife doesn't slide up and you cut yourself. Usually I just throw this really light knife. I like carrying it just because I throw it in my pack, great for skinning. Some of my other knives aren't that great for skinning. This one is amazing. I don't carry this, I just threw this in here because I had it kind of laying around in here, and this is a Smith & Wesson. Somebody had given it to me, I think. It's only about like a maybe $35 knife. It's one of the Tonto versions, kind of modeled after what's the Marine Combat knife, modeled after that. but it's got the Tonto blade on it. I never use it. It serves its purpose. I'm sure it'd do okay out there. I don't prefer that Tonto blade. And that's kind of a really long blade on it. It's 13 1/8 overall, 8-inch blade on that. So it's pretty good sized blade. And like I said, it's only about a $35 knife. Backing up a little bit, I don't know if I told you the price on the Becker. The Necker's about 40 bucks. The BK2, find it for about 65. The Schrade, I don't know if you can find anymore. I kind of looked online. I haven't seen it anywhere. Probably can't pick this up, but maybe on eBay or something if you're on it. And there's lots of skinning knives, so lots of variety of those. I do carry this one from time to time. It's a Rapala. Of course, it's a fillet knife. Like I said, I do a lot of fishing. Fillet knives are great for bass. I really get out there and gotta have one of these doing your fillets. It makes it so much easier, nicer. I throw it in the backpack when I know I'm gonna do some fishing and be able to make some great fillets. It's stainless steel, of course, being a fishing knife, which is excellent. You need that. This is one, you see my review on that, so I'm not going to go over it very much. The Kershaw Outcast, just a little bit of update on that. It isn't full tang that I found from a couple people that have wrote me. Not too discouraging, but it does serve its purpose. It's a D2 steel, rubber handle. Like I said, I really like this knife. I carry it all the time instead of a hatchet, and I might switch over to hatchet here pretty soon and just try that out. But this knife is actually excellent for the backcountry. It does have a 10-inch blade on that, 16-inch overall Kydex sheath. It's a really good knife. You can watch my full review on that on my other video. I carry that one quite a bit. Pretty much carry this one, the Kershaw Outcast, the Becker Necker, and either the skinning knife. I found another bushcraft knife that I carry. A couple of my favorites, which this is a Ontario spec. This is the Navy version, kind of like the Seal version type blade, but I've re-angled it. Very, very sharp. I just really, really like this. I've stuck with it for years now. Probably had it for, 8 years or so. It's very sharp, pretty inexpensive. I think they're only running about 40 or so on these blades, but it's an excellent knife, good steel, carbon, works well, nice rubber handle. I changed the sheath out to a Blackhawk because I really like the, you see probably my other reviews, but I really like the nylon case with this because I could put my fire starter and everything inside there. Works well. The original case was a nylon and leather. I've had that for years too. But this case works really well for me. This is the one I carry. I'd say 80% of the time, 89% of the time, this is the knife I carry. I am moving kind of towards sometimes some light packing. This is a really light knife. This is, you probably see my review on this, the Frozen review, which is the CSK2. This is the 1095 carbon steel Benchmade. I really like this knife. I'm going to start using it more and more and get it out there and beat it up and see what happens to it. I really like that knife. This is, you've already seen these. These are the more knives. They're pretty inexpensive, about 20 bucks or so, but a great bushcraft knife, made in Sweden. You can find them all over for deals, you know, buy one, get two. All sorts of places carry these knives. Guide Gear especially, they carry these knives. Made in Sweden, like I said, carbon steel. Excellent, excellent knife for cutting up. I think the biggest thing for me is that if you notice, none of these knives have serrated blades. I don't like serrated blades. I do some rock climbing and different rope work. Usually in that sort of environment, I usually carry my SOG. What I like about it is that I clip it onto my gear, and when I need it, it's one hand available, spring loaded, it's nice, it's serrated, cut the rope, do what I need to do with it. If I need it for one hand, I can close it with one hand, and I can open it with one hand. It works great for any type of climbing I do or rope work. I don't prefer in the larger blades any type of serrades. It's just hard to sharpen. They get beat up real easy, and then now you have a whole lot of work you have to do to get that serrade back. So on this type of stuff, you know, the SOG Flash 2 costs maybe about 40 bucks. Great freaking knife. SOG makes a good knife. Works well. I use it for all my rope work. If you have any questions on any of the knives that I've shown you, I didn't do any type of full review except for my Kershaw Outcast. Go ahead and just write me, and I'll do a full review of one of my knives and why I use it if I didn't give a reason why I have it. But yeah, just go ahead and write me, and I can do you a full review if you're curious about any of the knives that I didn't do a complete review on. Anyway, thank you. That's from Central Oregon Survival Network, and have a good day.